what a great game of footy it was. I'm speaking to the assistant coach from the McLaren Districts side, Jamie Molling, or Mole. They call you Mole.
Oh, yeah, they call me Mole,
Yeah, great to be having you here, mate. Tell us about the game. What were your thoughts?
Well, it's pretty. I think they went pretty hard at us early. We probably, we needed the lift in that second half. I think probably the second half of the second quarter, until we probably started to lift. Our midfield started to get on top. We were very loose early with that, and our assistant coaches made an adjustment to that, which worked out quite well. And when we got on top, and I think from there we sort of probably had control. We just couldn't shake away, couldn't convert those goals when we kicked a few easy points that should have been goals. But I thought all in all, as a whole, I think the guys' efforts and work for each other was really good. I think that was the mainstay of it, really. And to finish off like that, I think guys like Daniel Marr, just his second half was unreal. He just and he converts too for us, so he definitely had to lift in the mids there. I thought he was really good.
So take us through that first quarter, and first quarter and a bit, like you were saying. It seemed like they were dominating the pressure on the ball carrier. You guys were getting nailed a lot in the tackles. What did you do to address that?
Well, I think we sort of, like I said, we kind of probably made a little tweak to the midfield by the midfield coaches, and where to run, we let them have too many easy balls, and I think, like you probably see, Liam Partridge has been just a tagger of Muff. But then once Murray got on top, you could see that tagger had to go to someone else. And I think that probably where Murray, it didn't affect. He was just on top.
Yeah, good stuff. And take us through. I mean, who was your best on ground today? Would you say?
I would say I'm probably leaning towards Daniel Marr.
Me too. I thought Daniel Marr was clearly best on ground. All-round performance, fantastic. Played his heart out all day. What about the big guy, the new guy, Vandermeer? Tell us about him.
Yeah, Vandermeer. He's just wanted to come and play for us. He approached us, and he's just had a young baby. And him and his mate Matt Rate, they come. Rady. Rady was out today, but he's possibly back next week. But
What's wrong with him? Why didn't he play?
He just had a little bit of a bruise on his leg, so he's pretty well fine. It was because we play with a bit of caution with players like that. It's a lot. Look, mate, it's a long season.
Soft tissue injury.
Yeah, sort of. But he'll be fine. But Vandermeer, super bloke. I think he's settled into the club quite well. He got scragged a bit today, and it was a tough day for him. But he finishes off with a goal at the end there, and that sort of showed the character of him. And he's training really well, and he's setting us up, and it's given us a different avenue to goal. Which is I think has been a huge find for us. Which has been really good, but also his attitude and that.
He's a hard, tough, physical player in your forward line, and that can be an offset to guys like Connor Fitt and Matty Merritt, for example.
Definitely gives us, and that's what we probably last year probably lacked a little bit of. And he's just come and he's given that to us, And it's always a tough gig up here against Moponga, and he knew that, But he responded, I think, in the end. Yeah,
fantastic. And Joe Petrucci, tell us about him, the young fella from the senior Colts last year.
Yeah, Joey's just been at the club pretty well all his life, He's Jarny's nephew. And he just, he's only small, but geez, he knows how to get a footy. He knows where to go. Once again, he's just one of those guys that just loves footy.
And tell us about next week. Who have you got?
We've got Mount Compass next week.
Mount Compass at
home.
At home,
So that will be, that's going to be a tough gig. They'll come at us again. We've had, be a physical game probably similar to today, and it's a matter of us absorbing that physicality and getting on top early. I think today we didn't get on top early, but once we identified it, and it's only round one, round two we've got to be a little bit better.
Fantastic. All right, well, we can't wait to see you guys go around again. It looks like a fairly even competition, and of course the litmus test, everyone keeps on talking about how good Victor Harbour are. That'll be a real pressure for you guys, pressure test, so can't wait to see that one. This has been the Great Southern Football League Match of the Round, live on air and on Happy FM 90.1 and streaming on YouTube at happyfm.org.au. We'll see you next week.